Alright, fight fans. The crowd at Arena CDMX will be electric this weekend. Not just because we are back in one of the great fight cities of the world, but because they are about to witness a main event at UFC Mexico City that tells two very different stories. In one corner, you have the man who put Mexican MMA on his back. In the other, a hungry young lion from across the ocean who stepped up on short notice for a chance to change his life forever. This is a pivotal moment, a 5-round clash between the former two-time champion, Brandon Moreno, and the fast-rising number 15 ranked contender, Lone'er Kavanagh. It is a fight that pits decades of experience against raw, youthful ambition. To understand what brings Brandon Moreno to the octagon this weekend, you have to understand where he started. Growing up in Tijuana, Moreno began his professional career in 2011, fighting in local promotions. He made it to the UFC, got a taste of the big show, and then, after a stint on The Ultimate Fighter Season 24, he lost 2 straight in the UFC and was released. Moreno didn't quit. He went back to the regional circuit, grinded, won the LFA flyweight title, and fought his way back to the UFC. He then won 3 straight, including impressive victories over Kai Kara-France and Brandon Royval, to earn his shot at Figueiredo's title. Nobody gave him a chance. Deiveson Figueiredo, in 2020, was a flyweight force of nature. Unreal power for 125 pounds. He was seen purely as a stepping stone in Figgy's dominant reign. Their first fight at UFC 256 was pure David versus Goliath. Moreno shocked everyone. He used speed, precision, and timing to stand toe-to-toe with the champion. He absorbed Figueiredo's thunderous shots with a granite chin and fired back with heart. He took the fight to the champion. He exchanged punches with Figueiredo when no one else dared. It was an unbelievable performance. After 5 thrilling rounds, the result was a draw. Figgy kept the belt, but Moreno earned the crowd's deafening roar and the entire MMA world's respect. Just like Rocky Balboa in his first fight against Apollo Creed, Moreno proved he belonged. But every great saga needs a great sequel. At UFC 263, the rematch delivered the storybook ending. Like Rocky dethroning Apollo in their second fight, Brandon Moreno was even better. He hurt Figueiredo on the feet, took him down, and in the 3rd round, locked in a tight rear naked choke. Figgy tapped. The kid who was cut by the UFC had just submitted the unbeatable champion to become Mexico's first ever UFC champion. The raw emotion, the tears, the crowd eruption. It was pure, unscripted cinematic magic. Their rivalry continued for 2 more fights. He lost the belt, then finally defeated Figueiredo and regained the title in their 4th war, ending their legendary rivalry. The assassin baby had slayed the giant. Not with just power, but with a relentless pace, a granite chin, and a will of iron. On the other side of the octagon, Lone'er Kavanagh is writing a different kind of story, one that feels like it was ripped from a movie script. Born in London to a Chinese mother and Irish father, Kavanagh's journey began with gymnastics at age 3, a foundation that forged his agility and unorthodox striking. By 19, he transitioned to MMA, blending Kung Fu's precision with Western boxing's grit and the raw aggression of wrestling, a fusion of his multicultural roots. Training out of Great Britain top team, Lone'er dominated the regional circuit and amassed a 6-0 pro record with finishes like spinning back kicks and first-round knockouts. His Cage Warriors run caught Dana White's eye, and the Contender Series in 2024 sealed the deal. Kavanagh unleashed a first-round KO punch, knocking his opponent out cold, earning a UFC contract and leaving Dana White speechless. His UFC debut in Macau was another tactical showcase, outworking his opponent and securing a unanimous decision win, proving his adaptability in high-pressure bouts, and then secured a victory on home soil in London. The hype was real, but then came his last fight, his first loss as a pro, a setback against the prospect killer Charles Johnson this past August. For a lot of fighters, that first loss can define them. For Kavanagh, it was a lesson. It showed him the razor-thin margin for error at this level, and he has taken that lesson to training camp. Knowing that the biggest challenge is now in front of him, he accepted this fight on short notice, replacing Asu Almabayev, and he intends to make the most of this opportunity. So, how do these 2 fighters match up? Let's take a look at their strengths and weaknesses. This is a fascinating clash of styles. Moreno, at 32, is a master of pressure. He lands 3.89 significant strikes per minute and pushes a pace that has broken many men. He has 1.47 average takedowns landed per 15 minutes. His grappling is elite, with 48% of his wins coming by submission. He is durable, he is experienced, and he knows how to win 5-round fights. Moreno has a MMA record of 23 wins and 9 losses and 2 draw. While he is only 32, but he does have a lot of miles on his body. Kavanagh is the younger, faster athlete. He has an MMA record of 9 wins and 1 loss. He lands 4.29 significant strikes per minute and has power in his hands. with 44% of his wins coming by knockout. Defensively, he is slick, boasting an 88% takedown defense rate. His path to victory is to use that footwork, keep the fight at range, and prove that his power translates to the championship rounds. For Moreno, the path is more familiar. Cut off the cage, make it ugly, drag Kavanagh into deep waters, where his pace and veteran savvy can take over. And that brings us to what is at stake here this weekend. For Moreno, this is about legacy. He is coming off a tough loss to the current #1 contender, Tatsuro Taira. At 32, he knows that time is precious. He is currently ranked at number 6 in the division. With Alexander Pantoja no longer the champion, the division is wide open. Moreno's star power and popularity in Mexico and beyond mean that all he needs is a few good wins to get another title shot. He needs to beat Kavanagh to prove that he is still a force to be reckoned with, that he deserves one last run at the gold. For the 26-year-old Kavanagh, this is a seismic step up in competition. A win here against the number 6 ranked fighter in the world would not just be an upset, it would be a statement. It would likely launch him into the top 5 and put him squarely in the mix for a title shot. We have seen prospects like Joshua Van come from seemingly nowhere to capture the belt. Kavanagh, stepping in on short notice, has that same opportunity. Can he seize the moment, step into the lion's den in Mexico City, and beat the legend? Or will Brandon Moreno remind us all why he is the standard bearer for an entire nation? The stakes are simple. For Brandon Moreno, it is about keeping his dream of being a 3-time champion alive. For Lone'er Kavanagh, it is about proving that his story is just beginning. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Until next time.